But when we return, that's what we will be discussing. Let's leave it right there and continue the discussion. Let's talk about where do you expect LeBron and Carmelo to be when we return on Monday. Stephen A.
Well, listen, bottom line is simple. We simply don't know. And you know, all of this speculation, it's all over the place. LeBron James would love for Melo to be in Miami with him. Melo would love for LeBron to be in New York with him, but they both would love to play together. If that can't work out, is it possible that LeBron could end up in Cleveland? Sure. Chris Broussard, Windhorst, and our NBA insiders are working their sources. Yep. Thank the good Lord it isn't me, Skip, because I did it for 15 years, and I am glad I'm away from it. In the end, what it comes down to is that we simply don't know right now. Phil Jackson tried to talk to the Philadelphia 76ers about taking Amari Stoudemire's contract. As recently as 35 minutes ago, I was texted and told that's not going to happen, that Philadelphia is not going to take Amari Stoudemire's contract away, because obviously if you could get rid of Bonjani's contract at $12 million and Amari at $23.4 million, then you would have had enough cap space to bring LeBron James, and you could exceed the cap to re-sign Carmelo Anthony. So that's something that Phil Jackson would have loved to have done, unless somebody's lying to me, which I sincerely doubt. That pipe dream was officially a pipe dream about 35 minutes ago when they let me know the Amari Stoudemire thing with Philadelphia is not going to happen.
So you still are covering the league,
You are
right?
still covering.
Well, I always do.
I got to say this. We just got this, and then my producers are saying in the ear sources similar to what we have already discussed. Sources told ESPN.com that Anthony, whose decision was widely expected before James's decision, will now wait to make his decision based on what LeBron does. So it's kind of what we've been saying.
Well, it goes along with our theory.
I've been saying for months, like I tried to tell everybody, Melo and LeBron want to play together. I remember saying it right on the show, and I remember people like, whoa. And I also remember saying, doesn't matter, Miami, New York, whatever. They just want to be together. Now
that wasn't a whoa for me, but when you said Cleveland, that was a whoa.
I didn't say Cleveland, but not Melo and Cleveland.
LeBron might want to go back.
Cleveland never came out of my mouth about Melo. No. But again, I'm not ruling anything out anymore. I mean, I don't know. I really, really don't know. All I can tell you is I stand by what I said. Melo and LeBron want to play together. And the reason why that's significant is because Bosh is out there dangled in the wind with that max contract offer from Houston. So understand that even though LeBron and them are not pushing you out the door and saying, I can't stand you, because they got love for him too and their brothers, in the end, he's tight with Melo. And he believes in Melo. And Melo believes in him. And they want to play together. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, because it has to be made to happen financially. But they want to play together. That's the only thing that I have been adamant about before this free agency period began, and I stand by that now. And obviously it's been confirmed because we see Melo waiting.
So should we expect that Chris Bosh will also be waiting by Monday?
I don't think so. I think that if Chris Bosh is smart, he takes the money and goes to Houston. He takes the money.
But is that your heart or your head speaking?
I think both. Me personally, because I would love to see Melo and LeBron paired up, number one.
I would too.
Number two, I think Houston's better for Chris Bosh than Miami is. And number three, even though he's respected and appreciated, I don't think Chris Bosh is wanted nearly as much as the others in Miami.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere where you're not wanted at all.
I agree.
That's what I believe.
Okay, so my guess, and it is strictly a guess, is that if, in fact, LeBron James goes to the World Cup final, the championship game on Sunday, that on Monday it will be reported that he is returning to American soil, but not to Miami, but to Cleveland. I think LeBron will take a face-to-face meeting with Dan Gilbert and the new coach and the new GM, and it will be an event in Cleveland that will be covered with the magnitude of the Browns' 1964 NFL championship, their last hurrah. It will be one of the biggest things that's ever happened to Cleveland, Ohio. Will be LeBron will take a meeting with Dan Gilbert in 2014.
Okay, I really believe.
Well, do you see him even taking a meeting?
I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this, man. If LeBron's not trying to go to Cleveland, he doesn't need to do that meeting. Because I'm talking about. Listen, man, did you see? We just finished talking World Cup soccer, and we saw those people crying.
You're right.
You remember how they were in Cleveland? And let's keep this in mind, too. LeBron James' departure from Cleveland cost the city in excess of $1 billion. It was a devastating blow to that city, not just psychologically, not just subliminally, but literally, because financially they were decimated by the departure of LeBron James. It's one thing for us to hear and to talk about there may be an interest in his return. It's another thing entirely for him to stroll to Cleveland and to meet with Dan Gilbert just to say no again. Yeah. So it's my hope that if he's not going to go to Cleveland, that he doesn't even do the meeting.
Okay.
He really doesn't. What is there to know? What's there to know?
You got a new coach and a new GM. That's to know.
That's why Rich Paul, your agent, met with them.
But you need to. If you,
I'm just saying,
if you're seriously considering it.
You're right that this is 50-50. This is a serious.
If it's, and it is, and I think it is. But if he knows in his heart that, because they were always number 2 on the list, if he knows in his heart he ain't trying to go back to Cleveland right now, he don't really need to take that meeting, because those people in Cleveland...
Okay, then they need to take that meeting in South Beach with him. They need to come to him.
There you go.
To take a little bit of the onus and the emotion out of it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he don't need to meet with them. He don't need to roll up in Cleveland or have them drive 30 minutes to Akron and everybody knows. And
as he said, it'll be the largest covered event in Cleveland since 1964.
Look, we already got Josina Anderson there.
Yeah, so what's the point?
I'm just saying, she's already there. She's already there. Mark Schwartz is already in Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, everybody talking about it's Cleveland, it's Miami, whatever. All I'm saying to y'all is keep your eye on the tandem that is Melo and LeBron. That's all I'm saying.
So the bottom line to this is, I think when we reconvene in L.A. on Monday, there will be no decision yet. Is that fair to speculate?
I'd like one overnight by Sunday so we can talk about it on Monday.
You know what, Skip? I think it's possible that there's a decision by the time we come back on air Monday.
Yeah, it needs to be.
I think it's possible.
Over the weekend?
I know this much. Melo doesn't want this to drag on. Now, he may have no choice. You know, he has a choice, but you know what I'm saying, he may want to wait. He may have to wait if he wants LeBron, but he would prefer that this is over as soon as possible. Melo doesn't like this dragging on like this. He doesn't. You talk about LeBron might like the drama. Melo does not.
I agree with that.
Melo wants this over.
And I appreciate that.
As we mentioned earlier, this will be the last time you see the trio until Monday when we're in Los Angeles for the ESPYs. Please tune in. Those shows are always exciting, as most of them are, but it'll be special guests that you...
Most of them?
Sometimes they're not that exciting. You know, remember that time when the Spurs lost? Oh, no, they won.
Oh,
okay, my bad.
Yeah, I remember that time.
We're done.
By a record margin.
Oh, God. For Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, I am Carrie Champion. We are done.